is which is weird. I mean, of all the awards we've had, this is the one where it's like, and which director? Yeah, which is always a You know, it's funny, there's two levels to the conversation. First off, I think the diversity conversation is really important, and I love that Hollywood is treating it very seriously and the Academy made changes. But there's another level to it, which is how the movie plays out in America. And I think what you've seen now that The Big Short is about to screen for Congress, and now that they're going to show a spotlight at the Vatican, is you're seeing that these movies have a life outside of that. And the diversity issue is really important. I mean, our movie is about white men wrecking Wall Street. And, you know, Spotlight is about a Catholic church that is dominated by certain types of people. They're both movies that kind of call out lack of diversity.
Yeah, well, I think the discussion, I think the thing that gets overlooked is like excellence, you know, and like when an excellent film by a black director gets overlooked, you know, I think it just kind of exposes the mediocrity in the films that are nominated, you know. Like people think diversity is like, you know, a lowering of the bar, but actually it's like an evening of the standard. It's a maintaining of the standard. Like I think currently there's a double standard in how films are talked about, how they're marketed, how they're celebrated. And so you have excellent films by black and brown directors that don't get the attention that they deserve just because of who made them, you know. And so I think that, you know, if it were really about excellence, there wouldn't be a problem with the diversity because these excellent people would be breaking through and getting the attention that they deserve.
So do you feel that that's why Straight Outta Compton didn't get an Oscar nomination?
Well, I think someone from the Academy said it, like they didn't even like watch it. So, you know, it makes you feel like these voting bodies aren't even watching all of the films. Because if they had watched it, they would clearly see the film was excellent. And Jason Mitchell particularly gave a standout performance, and there's no reason why it shouldn't be on the red carpet.
About the experience of transness?
Yeah. Roger Ebert said that film is an empathy machine, meaning that protagonism is a perpetuator of privilege. That's a lot of P's. But straight white men are going to find scripts about straight white men. They're going to make movies about straight white men. They're going to cast their friends. They're going to work with their friends because the idea of being a protagonist actually perpetuates your privilege. It makes you feel more comfortable in the world. And so to be able to make something where women are the center of the story, and hopefully one day Trace will be making a movie where trans people are at the center of the story. The people who want to make that, you want to make movies about people like yourself. You can't help it. It makes you feel safer in the world, and you're going to like things that are about you. So when people go, oh, it's not about race, it's just about my taste. You know, it's not about gender. It's just about my taste. Well, people generally like things where the person who's the hero is kind of like them.
For years and years. I think it's a big deal, especially maybe I'm biased because I spent 7 years on my project, but it feels good. It's very exciting.
Yeah, it's so funny because no one can make a film that they hope will premiere when the conversation is at its fever pitch. You just don't know. You know, what you do is you follow your heart. You make what you think is progressive, make what you think pushes the conversation forward, make what you think is can be a message to the people, whether it be filmmakers or to America or to the world, and you hope that people get it. You know, anytime you have a film that's an issue film, you never know how people are going to take it. So I was a bit anxious going to Sundance. I didn't know if people would receive it, and the fact that people were open and they were wanting to have the conversation and they were open to healing through honest confrontation with our bull crap was really important to me.
Well, I'll just, you know, there's a quote I just heard recently from a brilliant woman, Janetta Cole, who's running the National Museum, is opening the Smithsonian for African American Culture in D.C. later this year. But anyway, she said something that was so moving and touching and meant so much to me. It says, we celebrate difference, we applaud difference, you know, until difference doesn't make a difference. And I thought that was just beautiful. Don't forget, there's nothing wrong with being different. And then one day, being different won't matter, you know, but today it does. So let's have that conversation, but let's also celebrate it, applaud it, recognize it, and find the good.